One of the newest Timbers, Roy Miller, joins us on Timbers in 30 this week. My co-host Ross Smith here as well. Roy, first of all, you've been here in Portland for, I think, 2 weeks. You've played in 2 games, 2 wins. Have you been able to catch your breath? What have these 2 weeks been like for you?
It's good, you know, everything happened quickly for me. But I understand, you know, the injury, the team habits, so, you know, the coach say, you know, he just give me the chance to start play in the last 2 games. So I'm happy to play with the team, you know, what I wanted. So thank you for the coach for giving me the opportunity too.
Would you rather it happen quickly, where you don't come in and you have a couple months to think about it? You come in and it's straight onto the pitch and to prove your talent right away. Does it make it easier?
Yeah, they normally, you know, they want, you know, the player, you know, to stay for a couple of weeks, you know, to train with the guys, to know the guys, each other. So for me, that situation is different because, like I said before, for the injury, the coach know for my experience. So they know, because I know the MLS, I play here before, so that's helped me, you know, to start that to the last 2 games.
You've played left back, you played center back. That transition, what's that like? Is there a big difference between the two?
It's not too big different, but it's a little different because in the left back you have more chance to attack. You maybe have more chance to go forward, but in defense, you know, you have to cover, you know, well and thinking more defensively. So it's a little different in that position.
Roy will be there in Columbus on Saturday, but the Timbers will be without 2 starting midfielders for good reason. Darlington Nagbe and David Guzman have been called up to their respective national teams for World Cup qualifiers. Nagbe will be with United States, who play Honduras on Friday night in San Jose and then at Panama on Tuesday. Massively important qualifiers for the U.S. Guzman and Costa Rica play at Mexico on Friday and then at Honduras on Tuesday. And Roy Miller has played in lots of matches with David Guzman before coming here to Portland with the Costa Rican national team, and then last year with Saprissa, the club in Costa Rica. For you, coming to a new team, coming to a new city, how has it helped having David here as well?
It's good because I know, like you say, I know David from a long time. He knows me because we play the same team in Costa Rica and in national team, so that's good support for him and for me, you know, to be in one team together.
A lot of Costa Ricans are coming into the league. David Guzman, yourself, you look at Adolfo Machado, who you played against Houston last week, Francisco Calvo as well. A number of players have been coming in. What is it about the Costa Rican culture, the type of player, that's interesting to the likes of MLS?
Yeah, especially in the last 2 or 3 years, you know, many players from Costa Rica is coming to play to this league because MLS, everyone knows, you know, the level here is going up. It's much better. It's very professional. So that's one of the things, you know, the players thinking to come to play here in MLS.
What about the talent in your team? With Darlington Nagbe, we saw him. He's going off for the U.S. men's national team. Adi, Blanco, the talent amongst the squad, 3 wins in a row. What have you seen?
Is very good. I think the players, born a habit, they are very talented. They know very well each other. So that's what I saw in the first game. You can see how they know and how they play, how they can do many. They can. Okay, sorry.
You're good. No, you're good.
Sorry.
Different tricks and.
Yeah. You know, to think in other, you know, the other defense. So they good. They are really good players. That's what I see when I come here in the first week.
Let's start to talk about Saturday's match against Columbus. First, we'll look at the Western Conference standings after 3 weeks. The Timbers perfect this season, alone in first place at 3-0-0. It's early, but Timbers supporters are going to enjoy the looks of those standings. The Timbers' opponent this week, Columbus, of course, plays in the East. 4 points through 3 matches, 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 loss. The Timbers on the feeling in the locker room, keeping it rolling, is our Advocare training report.
The locker room is really nice, you know, even the guys that are not playing, they're smiling and everyone is talking to each other. So that's a big factor of the team now. And of course, we're going to miss Darlington and Guzman, but we've got great guys and who are really excited to step into those positions and do their work. So we're just looking forward to the game, but we are so confident with the guys that are coming in to play for them.
We are not machines, so we have moods and all that. So when you have the right atmosphere in the locker room, it helps, because that's the stuff that carries on to the field. And like I said before, we have a really nice group of guys that it's so easy to get along with, and we're just happy to be doing how we're doing right now.
Whether we win, lose, or draw each week, we're not going to change how we work. And if we lose a game, we're going to approach this. We're going to try to correct those things. We're not going to panic. We're going to work just as hard as we did when we won the last game, and I think that's the key. You have to stay focused on the process, and that's what we're going to do all season long, because it won't get any easier. 3 wins is great. It's great where we're at, but it's only 3 out of 34.
Ross, the local Ford stores look ahead. Columbus Crew, first time for the Timbers back in their stadium since MLS Cup 2015.
Yeah, it'll be a nice feeling for the Timbers returning back to Mafre Stadium. Going up against this Crew SC side, they got their first win of the season last week against DC United. And for those 3 points, Greg Berhalter, he went to a back 3, which we've only seen a few teams do so far this season. And with that back 3, with them getting a clean sheet, I think a big question mark is, will he continue with it, or will he change it to a more traditional back 4? But with this team, the philosophy has very much stayed the same. It's whether they go through Federico Higuain or go into the wide areas to provide opportunities for guys getting on the end of the balls. And Federico Higuain, he started off the season well. He continues to be the provider. And they have a Kamara still at the front of their attack, but it's a different Kamara this time. Ola Kamara, who last season scored 16 goals in 25 games. This year, he's already got off to the mark with 2 goals. And so this team, they do have plenty in the attack still. Same philosophy, they like to build. So we're going to see a lot of familiarities with Greg Berhalter's side. I'm interested, though, with the Timbers, their confidence, Jake. 3 wins, 3 games, 9 points. Roy, with the team returning to Mafre Stadium, I know there's new faces in the Timbers side as well, but what's the confidence like right now with the Timbers?
For us, the confidence is really good, especially, win 3 games, 9 points, so it's good for us, to have that winning games. But we know that in Columbus will be a difficult game, so we are prepared for that.
Yeah.
That match, the Timbers and the Crew, Saturday night, 4:30 from Mafre Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. Ross and I will be there. We'll have the call on Root Sports. You can also listen to the match on the radio, 102.9, 750 The Game.